No, they weren't. I was late.
Telco. No, I'm joking.
Last time, who's that popped in the middle of our conversation?
The telco was like, "Are we gonna learn tonight?"
Shtayim Kil Chasan. Here we go. Shtayim Kil Chasan. So we started this fasting chiddush last time. We'll pick it up tonight. Zayin Amid Aleph, the 2 dots, about 8 lines from the long lines. Amar Rav. V'chein l'Shabbos. Again, let's speak of the chiddush. By a sukkah, how many walls do you need for a sukkah? You have 2 walls azai. You have a little wall like this. It's a sukkah. Shabbos, you can't carry. Flatbush, you can't carry. Inside, you can carry. V'chein l'Shabbos says Rava that in that little area that's ilu sukkah, it's almost, you got 2 walls and a little bit, you could carry in there on Shabbos. Why? Migu, since Davi doifen linyan sukkah, since as a din of a wall with regarding sukkah, Havi doifen linyan Shabbos has a din of a wall with regarding Shabbos. That is the chiddush of Rava. So again, you're standing outside, you go into this area that has 2 walls and a little bit, boom, you could carry. When? It sounds like in any Shabbos of the year, on Sukkot, etc. That's the point that's going to be up for debate, says the Gemara. Eisvei asks the Gemara by Omi Amina Migu. Do we really say this Migu? Meaning, do we say that since something is something for Sukkot, it's also for a Shabbos? That's the point we're asking. And again, what was the crux of what Rava said? That if this works for Sukkah, it also works for Shabbos. We just could conceptually understand what's the question going to be, but Shabbos is more chomer than everything else in the world. So very good, it works for Sukkah, but Shabbos is the most chomer thing. It's actually wild. We don't really ever think about it. Shabbos is more chomer than Eishes Ish. Shabbos is more chomer than all Arayis, not all Arayis, but Eishes Ish. Eishes Ish is doesn't get skila, it gets hereg. Shabbos gets skila, get the worst misa. It's like something that we don't like really orient ourselves with so much. But that's really Gemara's kasha right now. Is that very good? You tell me since it works for Sukkah, it works for Shabbos. What sheiches? What sheiches? Sukkah is one din and Shabbos is more chomer. That's the kasha. Do we say this idea, this migu v'atanya, we learned in a brayso? Doifen sukkah, the wall of a sukkah, doifen Shabbos. So the same halacha as the walls of Shabbos, ubelvad, but provided shelo yehe bin kana lechaveru, you can have between each beam, each reed. So about making a wall, shleisha tfachim, which we've seen already. What's 3 tfachim? That's lavet. So if you have these standing beams within 3 tfachim of each other, we consider it closed, lavet, and you have a wall. But here the Brisa continues, and this is the kasha. V'yiseira Shabbos al Sukkah. Shabbos is more chomer. Why? Shabbos einoini teres. Because Shabbos is only mutter, only works, ella be'oimin meruba alapar. It's a different din, but the din is that with regard to a wall, you have more wall, more oimid than parrots in open area. If I have a 10-foot wall and I have 7 feet opening and only a 3-foot wall, with regarding Shabbos, that does not work. Mash'en kin b'sukkah, which we've seen, right? What's the third wall of our sukkah that we're talking about? You have 2 walls like this, your third wall is this little bit. Is this more wall than open area? No, this whole area is open and you have this teeny little bit of wall. But for Shabbos, that will not work. So says the Brayso, Shabbos is more chamer, is more stringent than sukkah. Mash'en kin b'sukkah. Says the Gemara in the last narrow line, my love, what does this brisa mean? Yisera Shabbos disukah asukah. Sounds like the Shabbos of Sukkot is more chomer than Sukkot itself. V'loi amrinan migu. And we don't say the migu. That's the Gemara's kasha. The teretz is, let's read the teretz and everything will make perfect sense. Loi. Yisera Shabbos de Alba, a regular Shabbos is more chomer al Shabbos de Sukkah. Meaning, for 50 plus weeks of the year, if you're in this structure with 2 walls and this little bit, are you in a interior Rishus HaYachid private domain? No. But on Sukkot, you would be. So now we're re-explaining what did Rava mean. When Rava said, V'chein l'Shabbos, it did not mean Shabbos for 54 weeks of the year. It meant Shabbos on Sukkot, which logically makes a lot of sense because you're allowed to eat in that sukkah. What would it be? You're allowed to eat in the sukkah, you see in that sukkah, but you can't pick up something in the sukkah. So on Shabbos, it could be in a chanami, but that's what the Gemara is saying. The Gemara is saying, no, let's split it. Shabbos the whole year, and that makes more sense because then it's a Shabbos to get in. What's bother? You're saying, but Shabbos is Shabbos.
No, what makes you allowed to carry somewhere? Is it a chutzner or not?
Oh, very good. You're saying, how can you split that hair?
It's a
very good.
Fact, it's a matter.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. You're asking a very good question. Very good question, and that's to put it perfectly. That's going to be the chiddush of Rava. The Rava is saying, really, this is not an area to carry in.
One Shabbos you're going to
that is the massive chiddush of Rava. I mean, we thought it was a chiddush with regarding in din that it's a whole year. We're saying no, that's too far. But on this one Shabbos, we'll let it go. Ihachi asks the Gemara, 1 second, if what you're saying is true, listni nami. Now this is almost a sidebar question. Listni nami, the Brisa should as well say, Yisiru Sukkah da'alma Sukkah de Shabbos. The Brisa, if it's listing the contrast and the comparison between Shabbos and Sukkah, it should have said a regular Sukkah is more chamer than a Sukkah de Shabbos. Why? Dilu Sukkah da'alma you need an expanded tefach. Vilu sukkah de Shabbos lo ba'i tefach soichik v'sagi belechi, and it works with the lechi. Now, what's this halacha that it works with the lechi? This is a sidebar halacha that this shita holds that it's enough to put one lechi, as the Gemara is going to explain right now. We'll read this and we'll call it a day. Look at the Gemara says, and you, Rava or Rabba, depending on the Yersa, you're the one that says, Sikich al gabe mavi. Let's say you have a mavi, you have 2 walls, and you put tzrach on top of it. Sheyesh loy lechi. All it needs is a lechi. You need a 1 tefach little beam. Kosher. So you hold it's kosher. So why didn't the Brisa as well speak out this extra chiddush? Says we didn't need to say that. Why hashta me kilta lechamir tamrinan? If we're learning from Sukkot to Shabbos, then certainly mechamer to lekilta loy kol shekain, you'll be able to learn it the other way. And that's really the end of the Gemara. So it comes out the chiddush of Rava is a massive, but it's only massive for 1 week of the year. It's a massive chiddush, like you pointed out. Is it a rishus or is it not a rishus?
It's also a bigger chiddush.
In a way, it's bigger. Correct. In a way, meaning to speak out what you're saying is, this chiddush was that always, for some reason, if it has a din. So what's the answer? So let's try to explain a little bit what the Torah says. The Torah says follows. On Sukkot, why? What's the halacha? Halachas you have to be in a sukkah. Now we're learning basically halacha mashmisine, all the other limudim, right? Yishem lemikra, yishem lemseres, basukkos. When all the dust settles, we have a unique chiddush that on Sukkot you have to be in a sukkah. What's a sukkah? Sukkah is a structure. No, 2 walls and this little bit with a thing on top of you is a din of a sukkah. So now, just take that chiddush to the next level. Once it has a din of a sukkah, that means for 7 days out of the year, Hashem told us this has a din of its own area. What's the biggest proof? Are you allowed to wash on sukkahs in your house? No, that's being a sukkah. What do you mean sukkah? Good, you have schach, you have 2 little walls and a... Yeah, that's the halacha mashvisinei. The pasuk, those are all the limudim we learned in Davav, that it's teaching us that is a shame sukkah. That's a shame sukkah. La halacha, you're in an area, you're in this hut. Oh, we'll let you carry there even on Shabbos. That's what you have to explain. It's still a chiddush, but it's just extending what is the din of a sukkah with regards to sukkahs. And now we can understand that's part of the way to say it would be. This is part of the gzeros hakazah. B'sukkos. Givaldi.